yesterday I was talking about just feeling kind of blah. You're feeling kind of that way? I think it's the end of winter and just maybe things are kind of feeling like they're brewing. There's a lot going on in the world and it's a new season, and I just sort of feel restless when there's a new season. I feel like something's about to change or that I should be taking action. And it really reminded me of this story that I share with friends often, but I forget to kind of tell myself. So a few years ago, we went to Banff National Park in Canada. It is gorgeous and it looks like a postcard. I had seen postcards. The lakes are this beautiful turquoise color. It's from the minerals in the water. It's just so majestic. You feel so small but so like alive at the same time. And I want to tell you this particular story that helped things kind of realign for me and kind of get me unstuck. So I hope this helps get you unstuck if you're feeling kind of that way. So one particular morning, we got up at like 3 in the morning and drove, I don't know, probably 30 miles kind of into the wilderness to a parking lot for a lake called Lake Louise. And it's very famous, and we get there and there's all this anticipation because this hike, you go up the side of this mountain and then you see this beautiful turquoise water revealed. Well, we get there and along the drive we're like, oh, the weather's just not that great. It's pretty cloudy, like it's pretty foggy, but that's all right. We're already up and you want to get there because they say that the parking lot fills up, and if you're not there, then you miss it, and okay, all this anticipation, right? So we get there and walk out of the parking lot to the front of the lake where you should be able to see the lake and then see the trail and go up and continue your hike and then see this beautiful view. So we get to the edge of the lake and you literally cannot see your hand in front of you. It is so foggy. It is just all gray. There is nothing, like no majestic beauty, no turquoise water, just gray. Like you can't even see the water. And it was kind of disappointing, and we're like, okay, like what do we do? It was gonna be a 12-mile hike, so we didn't want to just like, okay, like do we go? Do we not go? And we decided everybody's turning around, like they're just going back to their cars. They're like, this is not kind of what we were promised at Mother Nature. And so my husband and I decided, okay, let's just go. And so you're hiking through this like thick forest. You can't see the water anymore at all. Like even if it was a clear day, it's just these big trees and these rocky trails, and you're just going along and you're like, it's kind of difficult. It's an incline, but you just keep going. But in my head, I pictured that postcard. I could see the vision of what it's supposed to look like and what it does look like on a clear, beautiful day. So as I'm hiking, keep thinking about this, but it's still foggy. Like we get to the top and it's started to clear a little bit, but there are a lot of people that are up at the top and are turning back. Like they've gone a lot of miles and they can't see it. They can't see the beautiful lake below. And they've traveled from all over the world and they turn back. So we decided, okay, it's starting to clear, like maybe we should rest a little bit. So we have our lunch, there's these funny little chipmunks. We just kind of keep thinking about this vision, but we're taking action. Like we've hiked along the way, right? Like we didn't just sit at the bottom. And then it cleared. Like in an instant, the clouds rolled out and the beautiful turquoise water was revealed. And it just reminds me that we often forget two very important things that will help us along our journey. The first one is vision. You have to have a vision of where you are going, or you will turn back when things get hard. You will stop doing the thing that you started out if you don't have a strong vision. If I didn't have that postcard idea of what it looks like, and I even like kind of put myself in the postcard before I got there, like, wow, it's going to be so cool to see this beauty revealed. But we miss that. We don't do that. Like when we get stuck in our daily life, we just are going through the motions. Like I'm not even looking up from my feet. I'm just doing the next task, doing the next thing. Like, okay, the schedule got busy, like this, and we just go through the motions. Life is not about going through the motions. We have to cast a bigger vision. See, like, why am I even working? Why is it important for me to do this or that with my family? Why is investing in my financial future, my faith? Why are those things important? And it kind of can seem like a waste of time sometimes to kind of do some of that pre-work or that leg work or even the stop in the middle and recalibrate work. But I'm really finding that it is so important to really have that bigger vision. And for job seeking, I would love to help you kind of figure that out. Like, why are you working? Like, what needs are you wanting to have met? How is it that a position, this position or that position is a better fit? What are your career gifts? Like, how do those pieces kind of all line up? And I think that it's just a piece that so many people forget. And even talking about job seeking, like hiring managers will say all the time, like, gosh, they didn't even know what our company did. Like they spent zero time looking into what it is that we do, what the vision is of our company, what our company motto is, who the clients we serve, what we're about. And it's again that lacking that vision. It's just the day-to-day like monotony that we don't have a bigger picture of what are we even doing here. And the second piece, so vision is one and two is action. So if we would have stayed at the bottom of the lake or just in bed, we would have missed this magical, majestic beauty. And it was truly a life-changing moment for me when I realized that not only did God create that vast beauty and the majestic mountains, he created me too. And it was so powerful. And it really changed kind of the trajectory of my life. And now I needed these reminders of when I do get stuck to kind of refocus back on that. But it's that action. It's the baby steps or the big leaps is what I like to say. It's taking some sort of action towards your goal. But you have to have a goal first, an idea of where you're going, or you will just wander, which is fine, but it's just an okay life. And I'm not here for an okay life. I'm here for an amazing life, an abundant life, a life where I contribute, a life where I make a difference, a life where I help that ripple effect of you then catching that same fire. So it's that action. And action can be really scary if you don't kind of have a plan or a map. So we had a trail map. We knew some of the next points. We knew where we were going to go and rest. There's this really cool, they call it a tea house. You climb up and at the top of the clouds, you get glacier water tea and have hot tea out on the side of the mountain. Amazing. And such a cool experience that if we didn't know that that was maybe a stop along the way, we would have just been like, okay, yeah, like we'll just give up and go back around. So I think that this applies to all areas of your life. It applies to marriage. Do you have a vision for what your marriage you want it to look like? What are some action steps that you're taking towards that? It applies to parenting. It applies to your career. It applies to your financial goals. It applies to your faith. Like if you don't have a bigger idea of like, why is this even important to me? Why is this something that I'm wanting to do in this season? Or how would this make an impact in a 5 years from now, in 10 years from now? So I want to challenge you today to really think about those two words, vision and action. And it's fine if you don't have a vision. It's fine if you don't know the baby steps. With your career, I would love to help you kind of walk through that. If it's something else, I would love to help point you to some different resources that have helped me along the way, because it's been such an amazing journey to really kind of lock into those things and see amazing progress. And when you are at the top of the mountain and you can then look back and see, gosh, it was worth all that hard work. It was worth the planning. It was worth the, I don't know if this is going to turn out. It was worth the detours and things like that. So today I want you to just be encouraged. Find hope in, it's okay if I don't have all the answers. I'm going to ask somebody that can maybe be a trail guide for me and help me along the way. Have an awesome day.